Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Working on our 99 Dodge project today. Standard cab short bed 318 5-speed. So got the upper ball joint out. On this side, the lower one, it's being a bear. So I'm gonna start on the other side. I put my new drag link in right here. It's all brand new. Waiting to put the tie rod in and all that, just because in the track bar, all that's waiting to go in just because needed it disconnected to do our lift kit anyway. So the old drag link was one of the loosest I've ever seen. I mean, I can't believe that thing didn't fall out of this truck while the previous owner was driving down the road. So this is the old part here. If you look at how much play that we have here, I mean, that's pretty scary. And that thing, I mean, that steering wheel literally had a half a turn. You could be driving down the road straight and turn just like this, and you're continuing going straight. So this side, pulled the axle shaft out as well. I'm gonna pull the spindle off and do ball joints. At least get the ball joints out. That's really all I can do right now. Waiting to do the upper and lower control arms, just because I gotta pull them out anyway to do the lift kit. So this is really killing me here. This side of the truck is easier to work on because the fender is off of it, so that's kind of nice. Here we are at the spindle. Obviously, just got a little cotter pin in here to pull out so that we can remove this nut. Put the old breaker bar on here. See if we can't get her done. There it is. Loosened it up. So we're taking the spindle off, which is essentially what your wheel hooks to, wheel bearing, wheel. So what I do is I give it a couple love taps. Then you're gonna wanna take your pickle fork. You're gonna wanna stick that in between your spindle, underneath this piece of rubber, in between your spindle and your steering knuckle. And then drive it in. Putting some heat to it now because I can't get anything to work on this. Wow guys, we finally got it. Oh my gosh. All right guys, time to set up our ball joint press. These are a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. They come with a bunch of different pieces and different sleeves, so you just kind of have to go through and kind of use some ingenuity and figure out something that works. Okay, so we're getting some action on that ball joint, starting to press. All right, we're to the point now where the ball joint is pressed out enough to where I'm gonna need a little bit extra on the bottom because I'm bottomed out. But if you look, see the gap right there? That ball joint is pressing out nice and easy, which I love to see. Again, we got a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle, kind of looking, what do we got here that'll work? Boom! That's a ball joint. That is a very bad ball joint. So now we're dealing with our lower ball joint. Let's see how this one goes. Damn. Lower ball joints just come out so much harder than uppers. Always have in the 8 or 9 sets of ball joints I've done in my life. All right, new day here, guys. We're gonna finally finish the ball joint saga. It's gonna involve an air hammer that I'm waiting on a new bit for that should be here in a couple minutes, and putting the clamp on upside down, meaning we're gonna have to cut this shaft of this ball joint. I took my cheap little cutoff wheel. We're gonna cut that off, put the clamp on upside down is the plan, and then get an air hammer through the top of the clamp. And between the clamp and that air hammer, that should push that ball joint out. All right, our new bits are in for the air hammer. The old chisel, I tried it before, it was just digging into the ball joint, it wasn't giving enough pressure. So, probably gonna need one of these shorter ones. Kit even came with an extra spring. A little bit shorter spring by the looks of things. And a number of different attachments. We'll probably use this guy right here. See if we can get some movement on this baby. I think I'm going to change to the bit with a little bit smaller head on it so it fits in there better. See what that does. You guys have no idea how happy I am. My air hammer idea didn't work, so then I put the press back on the traditional way and got it so tight that I blew a hole down through the center of the ball joint. So then what I did was I put a spacer on the end to make it press wider, and I just broke it free. Heck yeah, you can see the space here where it had broken free. Now she should press out and we'll attack the other side. Heck yeah, man, this has been days working on this. The socket has a spacer here, as you can see. We may damage that socket, but it's a worthy sacrifice for getting this darn ball joint out finally. And it's still coming hard. There, got it to move again. Boom. She's out. Nice. Wow, that was tough. Before I reinstall these, I'm actually going to pull the boot off because it'll be hard on that boot to press up on it. Now we can get right there, right contact to the ball joint itself. All right, we are flush. Press this boot back on. Lower ball joint's in. Now it's time to press in our upper ball joint. Willing to bet this one goes in real easy. We have it finally. Complete set of ball joints. Just gonna start the nuts on there so that we don't lose them. Oh, already lost one. There it is. Passenger side ball joints are finally done. I'm gonna see if I can get the lower out on the other side. Catch back up with you if I do. Guys, just like that, the ball joint saga is over. Both driver side and passenger side are complete. The only way we got them out was to literally destroy them. This is the passenger side. We blew a hole in it, which loosened up the outside. Driver's side, same thing. I mean, it wasn't quite as destructive, but I mean, wild. But brand new ball joints now. We're on standstill till the lift kit. Once the lift kit goes in, we're gonna do control arms, upper and lower. And then I'm gonna change the front differential oil and put my tie rod on and my track bar. And we'll be almost done with the front end at that point. So very happy. Man, that kicked my ass. That was the hardest set of ball joints I've ever done. Got my earplugs. I mean, it took a combination of heat, air hammer, air chisel, big hammer, well, little hammer, and a press, which I bent the rod in. It's literally bent like that. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but whew, very pleased that that's done. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like the video. As soon as my lift kit comes in, we'll do another one, and that lift kit, fingers crossed, should be about 14 times as easy as these ball joints. So appreciate it, guys. Having fun with this, and can't wait to get this front end done.